because I had a top secret clearance. And you can't talk that shit until 50 years. You follow what I'm saying? Well, I talked it and ended up in prisons and and everything else. Okay? So I use my skills, how you say it? Because see, Homeland and them are listening too. Okay, so there's certain things that I'm going to freeze on. Because that was one of my best skills that they're scared of. I can see what they're doing. You follow me? I can see how things work. Like you talk symbolism. I don't know math. I know deductive reasoning and symbolic logic. I'm an expert on that. But if you try to get me to divide and algebra and stuff, I don't know that stuff. You know what I'm saying? Okay, now let me get back to the land. It turns out what happened was there was a secret society formed by George Washington. He knew he was going to die, and the reason why they named him president instead of a king, because he had a royal bloodline. You follow?
Oh yeah.
So by him having this bastard child, all right, it was like the Da Vinci Code in reverse.
Right.
You follow? You're really talking about who is the African American. Okay, that's the people that everybody. That's the real Israel, and this is the real Jerusalem. And the pyramids weren't where it started. It's in Egypt. The pyramids started here. We're the Olmec people. Okay, so in other words, history was a total lie, right from cradle to grave. Okay, so that fact made them give us the land, hoping we'd be quiet. So now we can't get no funds from we got a 501c3, good standing for 30 years, never took a dime. Because that's infiltration, penetration. Alright, and I'm into, I would say I'm the crown prince when it comes to masculine and feminine energies. Okay, I stay right on that line in the middle. You follow? I'm not gay, I'm not bi, I'm 100% masculine, but I don't work with men. I work the energy of feminine, like the Templars, like the Knights Templars, like there's a lot of secret societies. See, there's too much for a short phone call. Okay.
Oh, no doubt. But like I said, I'm absorbing some stuff and almost just clarifying things that I've read and just spent time on.
Okay, so you read enough. I don't have to go there. I just want you to know that there's nobody more qualified, and I'm eminently qualified to kick their ass. Okay? And they can't do much to me because the ancestors look out for me. They look out for everybody that's in my tribe. When I do my prayer beads, I run out of beads because these are the members of my tribe from my loins and from my pineal gland. Okay? Now, when they come in my world, no dark forces can come into that light. You follow? So if you're on the inside of that light, you nothing could hurt you. But if you go on the outer edge of that, they can, and they will, once you get involved with this, because this is history. And history is what you learn from. That's where the information for your future comes from, what your experience in the past. Alright? Okay. So now, by having this land, we found out also that every soldier that fought with George Washington are and is the only real citizens and sovereigns that own this country. The land belongs to them and their descendants. Now, when he died, they didn't know he had children. That's why they called him a president. Because if he would have been king, they realized there was another child out there, but they figured they'd kill him they'd kill off the seed. But they couldn't do that, because they went into this thing called the Prince Hall Masons, which were black Masons. And you might say the prince is in the White House right now. Okay? So he can't, the prince can't announce himself because they'll kill him. So you had to get rid of the generals that were against. You had to first find out who your enemies are. Then you had to replace them, Secret Service, generals, or whatever that could kill you. Surround yourself with, you know what I'm saying? Now, grown men who serve humanity think on that scale, and that's what you have stepped into when you went through your education, and now you say you're 33. Well, 32 years old, you're just a block of ice. Light hits you at 33.
Right.
You follow what I'm saying? That's when you start to move, flow freely. And you only have a thin layer of water to move on until you get more light. You follow? Well, Bubba or father or your elders or your ancestors is the light. You follow me?
Right. That's why I find myself at my grandparents' house all the time.
Okay, that's right. That's the light.
Especially when I come home from traveling, but I always find myself there.
Right, but see, they were trained from cradle to grave not to go there.
Right. Oh, yeah.
Because it would mean suffering, struggle, pain, poverty, and so on. All right. Well, like I said, I went in the Army. I was on my 17th birthday. I was in the Army doing things like, you're just finding out about things like that today, because they groomed me from cradle to grave. I didn't know that. When you go to school, you're not getting educated. You're getting evaluated for your gifts and skills, and you're either going to make it or you're not. And they're the ones that determine that. And most of the people not aware that they're doing it, just following curriculum. Okay? These are programs, and this is how they program. Before they had computers, they knew how to do it. And they did it with bio computers, us. Okay? Now, with the toxins that in our food, in the linings of the cans and so on, etc., the air, the chemtrails and all that stuff, the water, fluoride and all that stuff, and then now the pharmaca and medica keeps us on a, I would say, beast level, like cattle or sheep mentality, flock, team, let's go sports, let's go to Coliseum, because you want to be part of the team. Well, there's some of us, like yourself, that you're starting to remember what you came here to do.
Yep.
Okay, we're on the same page.
That's why I'm at 4:45.
Yeah, okay. Go ahead, kid. Go ahead.
No, I'm saying 4:45. I'm just up. No matter what country I'm in. If I had a great game yesterday.
Well, you just need to understand this. That what you're looking for, you found. Now, what are you going to do about it?
Well, can I answer that?
Yeah.
Because I think I was looking for so many physical things that I realized I have to find focus. Because the focus that I had, while I was just some athlete putting jeans on after the game was just, fuck it, I'm going to do it because somebody else said I couldn't.
Well, let me ask you a question.
And I realized that only gets you so far.
Let me ask you a question, because I don't like to interrupt people, because
No, that's fine.
Okay, but I'm trying to be respectful at the same time. I ain't got the time. Okay, so okay. Now, how about this? Now, listen to me very carefully. Okay. 66 is like late in life, and especially what I've been through. Okay. My son, from cradle to now, has been programmed to take my place. You might not. You'll find this stuff out. Not one of them, but all of them been programmed. The foster children, the mentored children, they're all still together. Only now they're grown and got families. Their only future, the only hope. Well, they don't even have hope. The only future that's in sight for them is imprisonment or death. Okay? There is no jobs. The country's not growing. It's collapsing. Okay? So, what's going to happen? The meek is going to inherit the earth. People that live in the ghetto are going to inherit the ghetto, etc., etc., etc. So, self-help and self-sustainability, not in a military or militant fashion, right? But right, okay. Now, if you was the project developer, if someone said, "Here's 25 acres of land. We got to build a memorial on that land. We have to have some kind of how you say it, administrators, because the people I work with, once you go to college, man, you really can't think like this. Okay, you're out of touch. They cut you off, and you don't want to be there anyway. It's like smokers, people that smoke pot don't be around people that don't smoke pot. That kind of thing. All right, birds of a feather flock together. We're revolutionaries, and the spirit of the founding fathers comes from because you got to realize only 3% of Americans fought for this country. Only 3% were revolutionary soldiers. The rest did nothing. From that 3%, 10% were black. Okay, so that means 5,000 soldiers out there have land, just like we got. Okay, but you had to go get it. It's like unclaimed. So they throw a monument or a stone or a statue or a building or a church on that land. A courtroom, a garage. They throw stones, rocks, cement, nothing natural. So to reverse the curse, the people in the spirit of their ancestors have to redo that land as it was intended, all natural. Also, because of the Cape Verdean connection, all right, because we're the ones that kept that history alive. Okay? So, the Cape Verdean connection, by bringing the ambassador there, having him cut the ribbon, recognize that there was a Cape Verdean connection, have him speak at the Whaling Museum with us. I spoke the same day. In fact, he was a guest of ours. The Minister of Culture, the Minister of Education, his wife, they were all there, straight from Washington, on the 4th of July, cutting the ribbon. All this is all documented. What that does is give us an international connection with the islands. But, if you look at Cabo Verde's website, the official consulate, you'll see their logos. The logos have the symbols that tell you who is in charge. What you'll see is a pyramid, right, with a torch. And we know what that means. That the Masons are involved, or the secret society. Call them what you want. They're all the brothers with one hand on the other. But the point is, our government now, and when I put the video out with that, explaining that logo, they changed the entire website. So you have a difficult time finding that logo. But it's there. It's there. It's the tiniest picture in the photo section. It went from being the dominant picture to the tiniest picture. Okay? And I do believe that maybe 80-90% of most people are not aware of what they're into and what they're doing.
I throw a couple more points on that.
Yeah, okay. But see, that's okay. Like I said, only 3%. Only 3%. Right, and they were born to do the job. This is a yin-yang war. This is a positive-negative war. And not even a war. It's actually the reverse. It's raw, the word from raw, W. The W. Okay, now you're getting something. So, what we're talking about here is reversing a curse that took place during the slave trade. When they brought Jerusalem into Ethiopia and built those churches out of stone, these masons, right?